All right, listen, first things first. I want to thank all you guys for coming on this. This is important to me. I'm not even joking, right? Like, I'm trying to experiment and step outside my box and do a bunch of new things. So we're going to have 6 questions. We're going to go in order. We're going to go Max, Ty, AJ, Max, Ty, AJ, and we're going to have a closing question. So it's not that complicated. I'm going to ask the question. You guys are going to answer, right? But the first question is the most important question of the night. You guys see my T-shirt?
Yeah.
On, our PSA, I'm an author now. Make sure, all you guys get the book? Raise your hand if you got the book. Todd Jerome, Max.
My order.
No. Nobody wants to dog eat my homework, AJ. Nobody wants. Did you order the book, AJ?
No, I didn't get a chance to yet.
Okay, so AJ, when we get off the Zoom, please order the book. This is what they call marketing at its finest. The T-shirt go with the book. We doing something here, right? So tonight we have AJ Hogarth, starting point guard at Michigan State University, who's forgot to order his AAU director's book. Bad AJ. We got Maxwell Loca Lloyd, we going by, the double hyphenated UPenn, right? Soon to be a graduate of the prestigious university in Pennsylvania. And then we have D. Todd Jerome, just a national champion, right? Just a national champion. We're going to stop with that, right? So first question for Max. How would you describe PSA in 3 words?
Definitely say family. And then best version of yourself. If I could condense that into one.
Is that how you teach you in the Ivy League?
No, I'm gonna go to best version of yourself.
You going with best version of yourself, and we needed 3 words. I love this. Okay. I'm still here. We going. Thank you, Max.
Yeah, that's way more than 3 words, bro.
The best part of the interview is you guys don't get the questions early, so you got to think on your feet, right? Todd Jerome, next question goes to you, and you cannot call for a lifeline. Cannot make no phone calls and ask for the answers. Ty,
all right.
How would you say PSA has helped you prepare for the real world?
Oh, that's easy. I think what made me make the jump, we first spoke, and this is not a knock on any other program because there are a lot of other good programs out there, but the way you prepare is on the court, off the court, our preparation for games, it's a level of professionalism that a lot of other high schoolers aren't doing. So when you get to college, you're more ready for like the jump and being professional. Then college is a new jump, but for us, that starts in high school. A lot of other kids, they get to college and they're kind of like shocked. But for us, like, we're taking our phones on the road. We're on time everywhere we go. Like, we're running in the morning and stretching, like staying healthy. You guys eating good. Like, it's just a level of professionalism that not a lot of other programs have. So,
thank you, Todd. Never feel. You can knock away to them other programs. Feel free. Treat them like get the knocking. All right, Mr. Hogarth, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. How are you?
Phenomenal. That's my word for the night. Phenomenal and balanced. That's how I'm feeling. All right, AJ, give me 3 words to describe Munch as a director. And you cannot use Gucci.
As a director, I would say Karen, outgoing, and real.
It's kind of dope. The check is in the mail, AJ.
And author.
Marketing. Go ahead, Todd. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
We're going back to you, Max. You ready?
Yep.
Stumbled on that first one. We're going harder now.
I don't do numbers.
Okay. All right, we're going to do words. Ready? Give me an example of when you felt the PSA brotherhood outside of playing on the court. I'm going to repeat it. Give me an example of when you felt the PSA brotherhood outside of playing on the basketball court.
I'll say just like the train rides going home from practice. Everybody's taking the train home, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, we're all just hanging out. It's just good bonding time with your brothers. And I mean, like, guys like Jaden, Ish, I take the train with them all the time going back. So those times when we're on our way home after a long day in the gym, I think it's just days like that where we're just hanging out, getting to know each other. building our bond, and it's still close to this day. I mean, I feel like I got that similar connection with a bunch of other dudes on the team.
Yeah. Do you feel that same connection when you run into them, like when you guys are playing against each other in college, or like when y'all happen to be on the same Zoom at the same time and you haven't seen each other in a while? Like when you see each other on the Zoom, you just start yelling, "Hey, what's up, man?" Do you feel like connection?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we spent so much time together. I think like what helped with that, with us building a connection, goes back to like taking the phones away when we're on trips and stuff. Because we really get to spend a lot more time with each other, get to know each other, just hang out, mess around. So yeah, I mean, we're going to see. I'm gonna see Joe in November at West Virginia this year, so I'm looking forward to playing against him. Played against a bunch of other dudes, like in the past 2-3 years, and I mean, every time I see him, I'm excited to see him. It's just like it's like it hasn't skipped a beat since the last time we saw each other.
Yeah, there's about 6 or 7 of you guys in the Ivy League now. So like every away game, you're gonna bump into a PSA kid, right?
Yep.
I got a
Yep.
suggestion. Whenever you see him, just ask him for some NIL money. Just run up on him, ask him for some of that NIL, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. We're going to Utah, Mr. Jerome, Mr. NBA, Mr. ACC. What would you tell to your younger self about AAU? What would you tell to your younger self about AAU, knowing the things you know now as a grown man, based on your beard?
Simply put, I would just say just to enjoy it more, because you think that every game matters so much, and you're looking at the rankings so much, and you worry about I was worried about getting the Jordan Brand game. Remember the conversation we used to have? Like I was trying to get in the Jordan Brand game. I was stressing over that, and like I didn't end up getting in it. And looking back on it, like it didn't matter. You know what I mean? Like what really matters was like, I remember like our Peace Jam trip, like those games. Like I remember, the plane rides. I remember like, camps, having fun with everybody. But like it wasn't about like, oh, was I ranked 42nd or 49th? You know what I mean? School, you stress about that shit so much. Like for what? So I think like just to enjoy it more and figuring out like what really matters earlier.
Yeah. Do you want me to beep out your cursing?
Nah, that's cool. I love keeping it real.
I mean, this is a family show.
But like, it's cool. We curse. We can keep it real.
We keep that shit real.
Yeah, it's not national TV. It's like it's cool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is sponsored by Terrence Williams. By Terrence Williams. I think we're gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. All right, AJ. I would ask you a question about Coach Izzo, but we want to keep you on his good side. Okay. If you had all the money in the world, AJ, and based on the things I've been watching you wear, you have a little bag lately. What would you do for PSA? If you had all the money in the world, what would you do for PSA?
I would make sure that they're taken care of with anything. Just the way they took care of me from just bringing me on from my last summer. Treat me like family and treat me like a Pennsylvania kid. I felt like I was one of y'all when I was up there. So I would just do whatever is needed. If that's taking care of a trip, if that's hotel, that's food, that's gear, that's just something I would do out of the love for me. Out of the love of me for y'all, the way y'all treated me when I was there. So that wouldn't be a problem for me.
That's fire. That's fire. I think that's going to happen anyway. All right. We're going to make a little twist. It's kind of like a audible, it just came to me. We're going to go with you, Max. You get to ask me one question.
Yeah, Max has got 3 very hard questions, bro.
You get to ask question, Max.
Max in that hard school, he should be good.
Let him live.
What would you say has been the biggest lesson you've gotten out of PSA?
Biggest lesson I've gotten out of PSA is to try to surround yourself with your brothers as much as you can. So for me, I get a chance to love on and work with my brothers every day, from the staff, and I don't even like calling them staff. It sounds crazy. From all of the coaches to you guys, to everybody that I'm around. Like I've been blessed to be able to just have sincerely great people around me, right? Like if anytime you can find yourself in that cocoon and that safe space to be around loved ones all the time. I mean, all of us are trying to be around our family as much as we can, but our schedules are crazy. But for me, I've found a profession that allows me to be around legitimate loved ones all the time and just work at it, right? So that's my answer. Ty Jerome, what you got?
No, that was Max's question.
No, you get to ask the question if you like, or you could pass because I know you led the ACC in assists. You can pass if you want.
Who's the best player ever from PSA?
That's a phenomenal question. Best player. I would have to say Tony Boateng. Right? Tony Boateng was smart enough to enjoy the ride, stayed the whole ride from like 6th grade on, was able to get a Division I scholarship, was able to graduate from Sacred Heart, is doing some great things in his life right now. And to be honest, I mean, I don't think the world actually knows how many points per game he scored, but he made a ton of friends. I just seen him recently doing some community service stuff with Cole Anthony. So he understands the brotherhood, right? And I think he literally just texted me today asking, can he help with get some kids in the gym and work them out? So he's trying to find ways to give back to his own community. So I would say Tony Boateng, to be honest, because obviously some guys are going to score more and rebound more and get more assists, but I think he understood the purpose of not allowing basketball to use you and to use basketball.
I feel like the answer is so good, people are going to think that question was staged.
You can't stage on this. This thing is, we going. We just moving. AJ, throw it all ahead like normal. What we got?
What has been your biggest joy over the years since PSA's been up and running?
My biggest joy, one, is seeing all of you guys go to college and not having to pay money to do that, right? Finances and going into college debt free. My second piece to that, honestly, is seeing guys graduate and walk away with not just 1 degree, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. Like, I think that's a phenomenal thing. And then on a nightly basis, being able to like flip my channel to countless games. Like I have this thing where it's like no commercials from 7 to like almost midnight. And whether it's an NBA game, whether it's the ACC, the Big Ten, the Ivy League, the channels are just flipping, and I'm watching you guys and seeing y'all growth as athletes and as leaders is tremendous. So I think that's a dope thing to see. It allows me to see the fruits of my labor, right? So good question. Last question, all three of you guys. Real serious one. With the loss of our great brother Jason Ford, 40, this year, if there was something you wanted to tell him, what would it be? Y'all want me to repeat it, or y'all kind of got it?
No, I just wonder who's going first.
So we're gonna go Max. I mean, we got a flow now, Max.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just tell him thank you. You know, he spent countless hours with me personally. I know he would drive me a couple hours to go to the gym, you know, after school. We had lots of car rides, all of that. So I just want to say thank you for all the time that he spent with me and that I know he spent with other people. Because he really wanted us to be great men on and off the court. So yeah, I just tell him thank you for everything.
Yes, sir. He can hear you. Ty?
I would say thank you too, because I think it's one thing, like Max said, to do all that, show up every day, show up on time every day. And it's another thing, you could hear, like, when he was telling you something, whether it was on the court or off the court, you could hear how much he cared. Like, you could see how much he cared. And you don't see that a lot. Like, just being there for kids is one thing, and then truly caring about them on an everyday basis is another thing. And that was from the best player on the team to the worst player on the team to 17U to 5th grade. Like, it was everybody every day. Like, he's one of the most genuine people I've ever met. So, yeah, thank you.
So he can hear you too. AJ?
Pretty much what they said. I didn't have as much time, over there at PSA. I came over for one summer. But just the way he treated me while I was there, you would have thought I was there longer. So just telling him I appreciate the love that he gave me and the motivation he gave me and just the little talks that we had here and there when I was around and when I was over there. I just want to tell him I appreciate it, and those things went a long way.
Appreciate you guys. You can hear you. The title of this Zoom is going to be called The Answers, because that's one thing Jason always said. I want to give you the answers. I want to give you the answers. I want to give you the answers. So we're going to title this after him. We're going to have a good time with it. You guys are my first 3 guests. I appreciate you guys for allowing me to experiment in a sense and have a good time with you. I think one of the reasons I wanted to do this is just to, one, connect with you guys at all times, and then have you guys be able to continue to connect with each other throughout the time y'all here, right? Like, that loss it obviously hurt a bunch of people. And while I'm still here, I want to make sure I continue to connect with all of you guys. So I appreciate you guys. I'm thankful. Max, UPenn, AJ, Michigan State, Ty, UVA. Let's just keep being great. All right. Keep supporting each other. I love all of you guys, and I shall see you soon.
I love you too much.